And oh shit, what video are we working on?
The one where we do a bunch of stuff for like a year and a half.
Oh yeah.
Rafi's Rambles, Rafi's Rambles, Rafi's Rambles.
Hola, you amazing artist, and welcome to the studio. We are back.
We are back.
I have completely forgotten how to record videos.
That may be a problem.
Hence the awkward setup and possibly the awkward lighting, but yeah, let's go for it. You know, the best way to do something is to do it awkwardly.
With dance.
As you can see, awkwardly. This video is our comeback video, but it's also a video that we wanted to talk to you guys about taking a break and how important it is to take a break. So I'm going to tell you right now, if you need to take a break, damn it. This video is kind of like overly explaining video on like what we've been doing and where we've been for the last year and a half. You guys have seen some videos from us last year, but over the last 2 months, we decided that we were like, all right, we need to just pull back and reorganize ourselves.
Definitely.
Yeah. As you guys know, we moved into this gorgeous new house, our Sunflower house, which we are very excited to be in, and there were a few struggles, you know, because it is an old house, but the struggles started back in 2021 before we even moved. So we just got home and that air conditioning unit leaked all over Clee's bench. We weren't planning on taking apart the studio, but we are taking apart the studio. Obviously, Clee is doing all the stuff where she's cleaning her bench. You okay?
I'll be okay.
Not only did it start taking an emotional toll on us, but it started taking a physical toll on us as well, because our days were filled with waking up in the morning, lifting heavy things, getting things organized, doing repairs, doing this, doing that, and all that stuff, and then going to bed at night feeling like you didn't accomplish anything because there's no way that you could get that overwhelming amount of work done in a day. And on top of that, trying to juggle everything else that was going on, and it became too much.
So our yard looks like a bad haircut, and we worked all day to get it looking this way.
I can't get through the wall. I don't know what. Now the flashlight's not working on my phone. That is coming from this bathroom on the 3rd floor, where there was a bunch of signs that said, "Do not turn on the water." And we turned on the water. We had plumbing issues, damaged gutters, leaking onto foundation. Our 2-story garage was not structurally sound. Trees in our yard had grown out of control. Oh, and did I mention plumbing? There was also asbestos removal, and we needed all new electrical. We could have stepped back, you know, with everything that was going on. We could have just stepped back and said, you know what, I'm going to put a pause. We're going to put a pause to everything and just take care of what needs to be taken care of. I was surprised to find that, like, insecurities could pop up. It's like, well, you know, I have to do this and I have to do that, because if I don't do this, then this is going to fall apart or that's going to fall apart. And then you try to compromise by doing this balancing act, right? Where and you're losing a bunch of plates. They're just falling and crashing. And every time you try to do it, you're just juggling way too much. And so you end up feeling like nothing you do is working, and which then adds to that emotional hurdle that you're going through. The Jeep is not parked in here. And that is because it's not safe, and some of the bricks are cracked, so it's not looking good. It's probably going to cost a lot of money to get that fixed, which sucks. I don't know how we'll pull it off, but hopefully we will. I want our studio back up and running. Now, one of the challenges that we have with this space is that it is quite, well, there's some leaks. That's right, it's been months and we still haven't found a plumber. And then enter the plumbing debacle. Just kept going on for months and months.
Yeah,
and months.
I mean, I think we were prepared to do plumbing stuff, but I don't know that we were exactly prepared to do plumbing stuff.
I don't think we were prepared for the studio being shut down for almost a year.
Not at all.
Like, The studio was shut down. This is our income. This is where we make money. And we just bought a house and our studio was completely shut down.
Yeah.
I feel like my studio has been just in havoc since we got the leak several months ago. And it's just, I know that it's patience, little by little, you get there. But man, I want to get there already.
City is on their way over to have a meeting with us. I don't know if that's good or bad. Whenever they say, like, can we come by for a meeting with you? I'm like, Things didn't sound good. There were concerns about the work that had been done. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see tomorrow. So I did the only thing that I knew how, which is do it myself. I'm going to take it all on. I'm going to do everything because then once I get this done, then I could finally relax. But I didn't give myself the time to do it. The next morning, I was very excited to finally get started working on the art studio. I had ordered the books, and while we were waiting for the books to arrive, it was time to tackle the studio. And then finally, everything was done. The plumbing, everything was done, and we were able to work on the studio. hooray!
Yay! Needless to say, this is a space that we both personally need in our lives. And then, boom. This drain pipe is now leaking. So that goes up into the wall there, as you can see, and then goes up through the wall in the kitchen and goes up to the second floor. There was a big drill hole that shows like, that's where it is, guys. So basically, we destroyed an entire wall. I sliced my finger open and the pipe wasn't even there.
Yup.
So that week, we had some plumbers come out and fix the plumbing, which there were still other issues. The cast iron above the pipe that they fixed has a crack in it now, so now they have to fix that too. We did our taxes, and we finalized the orders for the books that we needed to go pick up. Look at this, you guys. Oh, I'm so excited and exhausted. But we're driving out to New York to go get books. Laundry room is done. The studio is done. I feel good, but I don't, physically, I'm like, oh God. An expensive long 3 days. After a few laughs and getting my head on straight, the enthusiasm returned and we tackled the shipping of the books like champions. Albeit, physically, we were still a bit worn down. I still had 2 audiobooks to release and everything was still behind schedule, but we kept trudging forward. I was running on fumes, completely unaware of what was happening under the surface. Well, at this point, you'd think, all right, I have reached burnout level. Mm-hmm. The studio is up and running.
Time to take a break, right?
Yeah, time to take a break. Nope.
I think what happened was the pressure of the things that we wanted to get done and also the excitement of actually having the studio open.
I know, it was this weird combination because like there were things going wrong, but everything was so great. Like we had a new house and like all that stuff and we were in this new place. So we didn't stop. We went even faster.
We both had all the commissions that piled up that needed to get done, and you gave a class on website building.
Yep, and then we did a Fam Jam art festival thing in our new town, the first art festival.
Followed by the official release of the books, the Marketing and Money book.
Yep. You would think, well, that's good, Rafi and Klee.
Nope. It was then road trip time. We went to Illinois so you could officiate your daughter's wedding.
Yeah. And then we came back and Klee distributed new music. We prepared for an art gallery exhibition.
We promoted said art gallery exhibition.
We had a 2-month art gallery exhibition.
Complete with special events every weekend.
Showed our books off at a book fair.
You released an audiobook.
Decorated for the black and white ball.
And then immediately released our calendars.
We prepped for a virtual show.
And then we had our virtual show.
Gave a 2-hour concert.
And then built an entire community website.
As creatives, we're going to take on a lot of projects. We're going to do a lot of things, right? Some of you guys are juggling a full-time job while you're creating art, doing an art career, taking your weekends and doing art shows, starting websites. So basically, it's almost like you're running a business, and on top of running a business, you're doing something else. And even if you don't have a full-time job as an artist, when you're doing this for a living, this is a lifestyle. It's not a job. You don't go to your job and then the job ends. You are constantly an artist. You are constantly looking for inspiration. You are constantly working on one project or the other. And it's also important that, like, when things slow down financially, which they do, that you do take on new projects, right? That you keep yourself motivated and keep moving forward. And that's all fine and dandy, but sometimes life throws some things at you where, like, if you try to keep all of that going while you're trying to juggle this thing, it might become too much for you. And then I finished off everything by releasing the last audiobook.
All while filming classes monthly for our local arts council and having our family and friends come and visit us. Throughout the year.
Family and friends came and visited us. It was maybe like once a month we had somebody out because they were very excited that we had a new place.
Yeah.
So
understandable. Our place is amazing.
Yeah.
As my brother said, the casa is truly something to behold.
It really is.
Now, don't feel bad for us, because the truth is that we had an awesome time doing all the things.
This is such a big change in our life that is really, really amazing. The thing is that's really important is stopping and getting yourself reorganized. You make a big change in your life, you gotta get some kind of structure or something set in place. We just didn't take the time out to do that.
Idiots!
So finally, at the end of December, we decided that that's what we were gonna do. We did a brain dump at the beginning of 2023 where we just put on note cards, all the things, all the projects that we had going on. And, you know, it's funny because you think about these projects and they're in there, they're floating in the ether, but until you actually stop and look, right, at a physical manifestation of all the stuff that's going on in your brain, sometimes you don't realize how much you're trying to juggle. And so, like, we put these note cards out and we were like, no way. There's no way that we could do all of this. That's one thing I recommend. You do a brain dump and just really write everything down, everything. Even if it's a small, insignificant thing that you're like, yeah, I need to do this, write it down, lay it out, whether you do it on note cards or just on a notepad, just take a look at it, write it out so that you could see it, and then go through that list and decide what you're gonna get rid of. Like, do I really want to do this? Is this something that I could just put off until next year or in the next couple of years? And give yourself the room to breathe. We already have a lot of roadblocks and struggles and stuff that we're going to run into, both emotionally and, you know, business-wise and financially when we're doing this art career thing. And the last thing you want to do is just throw on way too much responsibility on your shoulders. And I think a really good thing to do is to step back. The thing that happened with us, and will probably happen to you, is that people are going to come out of the woodwork that maybe you assisted or helped, or, you know, there's this expectation that you're always there for them or something. And they're going to come out of the woodwork and they're going to want you to help them or assist them with something. And you may have to face that thing where you're like, no, I am taking this time off for me so that I can get myself organized and get my footing down. And that's a really hard thing to do, but it's also a really good test for you. Getting your footing means that you are standing on your own 2 feet. And sometimes that requires you to tell other people, you're going to have to back off for a little while. So that's where we've been.
And this is where we are.
And this is where we are. And officially, this is the video to say that we're back. We're going to be, we have videos already in queue for once a week. So that's exciting for us.
It's good to be back.
Yeah, we might be bringing back the Monday Motivational Madness every Monday. And then we have, you know, these videos and stuff because we've gotten a lot of questions during the time that we were gone. And there's a lot of stuff that we want to talk about with you. I was going to say, welcome back.
Welcome back.
Yes, welcome back.
To us. Well, welcome back to, you know what I mean.
You know what, yeah, all right. Let's end the video.
Okay.
How do we end the video? Subscribe, like, I don't know, is that what they do? Okay, all right, bye, adios.
Good day.